Today was too much rain. And you know when rain falling, nothing goes on in this country. Not true, Josh?
That's so true.
Mm-hmm. Except thieves. Yeah, thieves. Them does work day and night, rain or sun. Even in Jew, thief man does work. You want to hear this, Josh?
Yeah.
We're carrying a story tomorrow in which a lady set up a 20-foot steel container on the Georgetown seawall to catch your hand for the Christmas holidays. The next day, when the lady go back, the whole container gone. Them thief the things in the container, you know, Josh. Them gone with the whole steel container.
Oh my goodness.
That is how thief men does operate, Uncle. Exxon is one of them. Them don't thief a little bit. Them just go with all and make you believe it's for your own good. You know that, right? Them want everything and make you believe it's for your own good. You wardrobe them fetching out and it's for your own good because it's like you can't fetch your wardrobe out. Oh boy. Oh. I want all the rain to come and sit down with you guys tonight. But something interesting took place late yesterday afternoon in this country. And I couldn't wait until Friday on my Friday program to let you people have it. I had to come out and said, no, I have to let you know. And with that, I say namaste to all you wonderful people. And let me say Merry Christmas to those of you who didn't join me Monday and last week when I said Merry Christmas to all of you. Merry Christmas to you and your family. From me, my family, and the entire staff of the Kaieteur News. And let's get going. I'm going to try to make this program a little short tonight. ExxonMobil responded to my radio program and a few TikToks I did on the billboards they put up in Linden, Essequibo, Demerara, and Berbice, in which I said they are misleading the Guyanese people with the information on those billboards. Uncle and Auntie, I am smiling as I'm talking to you people here. In a statement issued to the press late yesterday, Exxon said, "It is no secret that the 2016 contract allows Exxon and their partners to recover their investments up to 75% of oil produced and sold every month." They said the information on the billboard is factual and can be verified. Joshua, you didn't hear what I said there, man.
Factual and can be verified.
ExxonMobil, in a press statement late yesterday afternoon, said the information on the billboards is factual and can be verified. Well, Auntie, if what Lall said is misleading, why Exxon don't prove me wrong by showing us the facts rather than saying to the Guyanese people it is factual and can be verified? Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Nobody wants to hear what you saying is factual and can be verified. Show us, Exxon. prove to us. Until you can do that, Glenn Lall will maintain the information you have on those billboards is to mislead all the Guyanese people. Uncle, this is what Exxon have been doing all along with the PNC, the AFC, and the PPP. And now they want to brainwash all of us, the Guyanese people, with those billboards. Now let me explain. The billboard says more than 280 billion for Guyana since 2019. Joshua, you can put it up on the screen for those who can see it. It's on the computer screen, Uncle. Those of you who are viewing it from a computer or an iPad or any device. That is the money Guyana received for the last 4 years on our oil. On the 14.5% of the apple, according to ExxonMobil calculations. $280 billion from 2019 to 2022, according to Exxon mathematics. But the billboard, Uncle, and telling the Guyanese people that the other 85.5% of the apple, which they're gone with, within the same time frame, is just under 1,700 billion Guyana dollars. You hear me? No. Them figure, what them gone with, is not on the billboard for us to see. How you like that? 280 billion, what them said I give to Guyana, is on the billboard for every Guyanese, dog and cat and donkey to see. But them, close to 1,700 billion. You hear me, man, Joshua?
Yes, sir.
This is not 280 million, you know. This is 1,700 billion. What them gone with? It's not on any billboard. Guyana gets 280, and that is put big and bold on the billboards. Highlighted in red to Joshua. Red. We lose, like I said, close to 1,700 billion worth of our oil to them. And that is not on the billboard for the Guyanese people to see. You must only see what them want for you to know about, Joshua. The 280 what I give you. They forced the commentators, the cricket commentators, to announce that same figure throughout the game to tell the world the revenue Guyana is getting. But they're not telling the world what was the percentage of revenue they were taking out of Guyana. No, Uncle. That is not on any one of the billboards across this country. Or Guyana didn't hear that during the cricket commentary. They responded to my radio program. Yes, Uncle. But never addressed that issue. You hear me? They never addressed that issue. They didn't even say Glenn Lall is wrong. Joshua, these people were very careful in match fixing their words to say the information is factual and can be verified. Well, now I want to take this opportunity, Uncle and Auntie, to challenge ExxonMobil to come on my radio program to verify the facts you guys claim is on the billboards. How about that, Mr. Alistair Routledge?
Exactly.
How about that? And I'm also extending the invitation to all three of the political parties, if they feel the information is correct, to come out and let us see the maths or the mathematics. Seeing, uncle, is always believing, not saying. Seeing is believing, not saying. You know that, right, Josh?
Yes.
Con men can say anything, and they do. You know that, right?
Yes.
Con men love to say. The oil companies are all gangsters, full of tricks. They know how to twist their tongues to play with words. Like I said, the billboards are only there to brainwash and fool us into believing Exxon and their partners are doing great for Guyana and its people, when in fact it is far from the truth. Kaieteur News was able to spot 9 billboards in the last week across the counties, including Linden, brother.
Wow.
On the Linden Highway, they put one. One of the billboards says, and you could put it up on top too, on the computer there for them to see.
All of them are there.
They invested, Exxon said they invested 300 million. 300 million, just 3, in 2022 in conservation programs across Guyana. You hear that? The Guyanese people, Mr. Routledge, need to see the facts. And the Guyanese people would want to know that that money is not coming out as cost oil. Then and only then, Lall will say, you guys are doing something for the Guyanese people. You're throwing a little penny out of the billions, y'all, out of the 1,700 billion, y'all done take out already. Not 300 million, 1,700 billion, uncle. That is money like drizzle. Another billboard, Joshua, says that more than 4,400 Guyanese employees on the payroll and more than 1,000 suppliers supporting oil and gas activities in Guyana. And that billboard, Joshua, got 3 people looking like Guyanese on it, dressed with ExxonMobil uniform. It's on the screen. You put it up?
Yes, sir.
Let them see
All
it,
of
man.
there.
Let them see it. You hear that? Uncle? Uncle, I want to make sure. I want to see. Guyana need to see the salary sheet to make sure why Exxon said 4,400 employees they got is Guyanese. And we need to see the documentation that over 1,000 Guyanese are supplying them out there. Then Lall will say, you are correct. At Crane on the West Coast, they have another billboard claiming how they spend $1.1 billion in education and community programs for 2022. Let's see the facts, Exxon. Facts we need to see. Mautar and guitar is two different tar. You hear me, Exxon? Until we can see, like I said, the payroll. The payroll at 4,400 people. Yes. Until we can see the thousand suppliers. Until we can see paperwork that these money that you are spending on education and conservation is not being taken out, then Lall will say, yes, yes, and then I will inform the nation. So, as for now, words is not facts. Saying is not believing. Seeing is believing. And you guys can provide that information via email. If you don't want to come on the radio. Yes. And that should not take more than 10 minutes to do. So you guys, the game, I am throwing out this to you to clear the air, to verify what you're saying, to prove what you're saying is correct. Until you do that, Lall and the Guyanese people will remain by saying your billboard, the words on the billboards are fake, are games, is trickery. So please verify the information you have on the billboards. Then no one will have to say you're brainwashing the Guyanese people. And like I told you just now, I will gladly do a program to say you have met your obligations and that I was wrong. How about that, Mr. Routledge? Joshua, that's too much to ask for?
No, of course not.
No, I don't think so. Let me repeat, and I'm sticking to it. You guys are misleading and brainwashing the Guyanese people. ExxonMobil have done that throughout Africa and Asia. Please don't start it here. This is one individual, Lall, whom out boss, like for talk. I cannot be sitting at the helm of the leading newspaper in this country for 28 years and didn't learn to talk. My mouth boss. And I have been the mouthpiece, the earpiece, the eyepiece, and the nosepiece of the Guyanese people for 28 years, Mr. Routledge, through the pages of the Kaieteur News. And 2 years have gone. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I am here on this program. By now you should have known that I will speak. And I will speak what God instilled in me to tell this nation. Every program. Auntie, uncle, listen to this one. In the last paragraph of the statement they put out yesterday afternoon, this is what they say. What is incorrect is Lall's claim that the oil companies are recovering the cost of the billboards. They went on to say expenses associated with these billboards are not cost recoverable and will be verified in future government cost recovery audits. You hear that, Joshua? Them telling Guyana that them not take back the money them spend to do the billboards. And the auditors going to see. Them going to see that when them submit the bills to check next year, Joshua. That is what they're telling me. For tell the Guyanese people that they not take back the billboard money. Because me accuse them of also taking back the money that they're building the billboard for mislead Guyanese people. That's the only part. That's the only thing that they say in the statement that I am incorrect with.
So you're right to the rest.
Well, Uncle and Auntie, Glenn Lall still maintain that every single cent ExxonMobil spend in this country, even if they buy a bundle bora, a bundle bhaji, a sweet drink in the cake shop or in the market, Guyana foots the bill. Every cent coming out as cost oil. When you look at the line items in their financials, Uncle and Auntie, with the billions of dollars they claim they spent, with no explanation whatsoever, man, that tell me clearly that all those billions are hidden and inflated costs that is coming out of our oil. So this money that they're spending here, that they said they're not going to recover it, it can be easily tucked in one of the line item as miscellaneous too. And they could say, well, hey, we not take back the money. Man, these people don't give you nothing, uncle. Absolutely nothing. Don't jump for joy when you hear I'll company doing this and I'll company doing that. Some of you must never travel. But you stand up anyway in any one of them developed countries and ask for 25 cents to make a phone call on the streets. They will pass you without even helping you. So nobody gives you anything for free in this world. Nobody does anything for you free in this world, especially the white world. You have nothing to get from them. Absolutely nothing. The cricket commentators or the billboards is not telling the nation that out of the 280 billion Guyana receive, 25% of that has to be taken out to pay ExxonMobil taxes. No. The billboard not got that on it, uncle. How come ExxonMobil? How come? Talk to me. How come that is not on the billboard? That you're carrying away our oil for nothing. And out of the nothing, we have to pay your taxes. And your taxes not only in Guyana, but also in America, uncle. Is this country for real, brother? Huh? Is this country for real, man? You barely get $280 billion. 200, and 80 billion. Them gone with 16, close to 17,000 billion. You hear me?
Yeah.
No, 1,700 billion. And out of we 280, we got to pay them taxes.
Wow.
I will keep you guys informed if they respond to my challenge I put out there just now. This is a TikTok I did yesterday afternoon. No, don't give them yesterday afternoon one. This, I'm going to give you guys a TikTok I did today, just 2 hours ago. And I didn't set it out. I'll play it for you guys. and release it early in the morning. Could you play? Listen to what I said 2 hours ago. Again, this time I am not cutting the apple. I am just peeling the apple. The skin is on the table and the flesh is in my hand. ExxonMobil responded to my statement and make on them billboards they put up all over the country misleading all of us. In their response they put out, them say, the information displayed on the billboards in question is factual and can be verified. You hear that, guys? The information is factual and can be verified. Well, if what Lall says is misleading, why not prove me wrong, Exxon, by showing us the facts rather than saying to the Guyanese people, it is factual and can be verified. Guys, this is what they have been doing all along with the PNC, the AFC, and the PPP. And now they want to brainwash me and you, the Guyanese people, with those billboards. The billboard says more than 280 billion for Guyana since 2019. Look, it's behind me. That is the money Guyana received 4 years now for the 14.5% of the apple, according to ExxonMobil calculations. The billboard ain't telling the Guyanese people, me and you, that the other 85.5% of the apple, which they're gone with, within the last 4 years, was just under 1,700 billion. No. Them figure, them gone with, is not on the billboard for us to see, me and you. Guyana gets 280 billion, and that dep on the billboard. We lose close to 1,700 billion worth of our oil to them, and that is not on the billboard. Guys, you want to hear this? Out of we 280 billion, we have to pay all the taxes for Exxon in Guyana. You call it a free pass. So, you see why I peel this apple? The skin what you're looking at here? Yes, what you're looking at here? Is what we, the Guyanese people, got to eat or settle for. While Exxon and their partners eating this, the flesh of the apple. Have a nice day, and more to come. Uncle, peel the apple. Yesterday I cut the apple in 4 and did a TikTok. That one had about over 100,000 people view it from various sites and places. This one I'll throw it out tomorrow. This is what they're doing. And I'll be doing TikToks every day. You got to tell your friends to log on to the Lall page and you guys will see it. I'm making it very short and quick, because there are lots of people who don't have the time, like you people, to listen to a whole hour program. But so I'm using today's technology to just give a quick punch and go. Now, I want to play another video in which you will hear from a white man how they plan and how they control Africa with all the brown, black, and purple people that live there. The first thing you will hear, Auntie, this guy talking about the role Africa has to play in the global prosperity of the advanced countries. You would hear Africa has the raw materials the big countries need, and they could get it cheap from them. Yes, the raw materials, Uncle and Auntie, this man talking about is the gold, the diamond, the lithium, the bauxite, the oil, the timber and everything, just like Guyana, what Africa got. That is the raw material they're talking about. This man is talking about. The things this white man said during his presentation that you're going to listen to, it made the hair on my skin grow as a brown man. He said they will not allow Africa to escape poverty. They will do everything to keep Africa where it is, impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. Yes. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else except Africa. Man, when you listen to this man, I feel like crying for Guyana, because this, what you're about to listen to, is exactly what Guyana is going through right now. You have that tape?
Yes, I do.
Play it for me, please.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe and North America and Asia is going to fall. Okay? And that is a big price to pay. I assure you that the West is not going to allow that without a big fight. Okay, so the job of many Western academics is to convince Africans they have to keep doing what they're doing. Okay, and to show them it's your fault that you're poor. It's not our fault. It's your fault that you're poor. You know, so this is what we do in academic institutions. We know the basic forces that have caused this underdevelopment. We know it's colonization. We cannot afford to allow Africa to industrialize and start producing manufactures. Okay, so we will do everything to stop that. And I'm going to show you how we actually block that. We had East Asian rapid industrialization processes. So in the earlier period, we had Japan and Korea and Taiwan. Okay, rapid growth, sucking in raw materials from Africa, driving up the prices. And after those countries finished industrialization, then Sub-Saharan African growth rate again fell. Sub-Saharan Africa is condemned to this role, just the supplier of raw materials, not a manufacturer. The currencies are collapsing of these countries, and many of them are sub-Saharan African countries. After colonization ended, we needed new structures to keep these countries where they were. Okay? And the first of those is aid. Okay, we give them aid. Aid for what? Actually, we give them aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's all. All the hypocrisy about transparency and democracy and bullshit like that, it's all bullshit. But it would go to country after country offering loans. And if the president did not accept the loan, they were killed. It's just economics. It's economic warfare. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in a country. The rich control the government. Of course they do. You really believe you have democracy? Come on. You know, I mean, grow up. Who has all the subsidies and income support? US, Europe. The largest budgets in the world for supporting their farmers are Europe and US. You see, we're keeping them dependent. We're keeping them on a string. This next round of the WTO is designed to block that. To block anyone else getting on top of the ladder.
We're keeping them dependent. We're keeping them on a string. The WTO, the World Trade Organization, designed to keep Africa like that. Block them from climbing up the ladder. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Everything them designed is to keep Africa where it is. You heard him, uncle and auntie. You heard the guy. Whether it is US, Europe or China, they're all the same. Let me ask you this, Joshua. Who in the oil field? The US, Europe and China.
Yes, all three.
Take note, uncle and auntie. Take note, brothers and sisters. We are in trouble and in great danger. Yes. The people say they need to keep Africa impoverished. Guyana any different? 2% royalty, Joshua, is worse than what they give Africa. Eh? I don't know what else I can do to get you people off your feet. Please wake up, brothers and sisters. You guys heard this white man speaking to an audience, telling them they need the people gold, them oil, and they need it dirt cheap. What else do you want to know and hear, uncle? Huh? It's the same thing. Your leaders allowing all the foreigners to do in this country. The white man say Africa can do something about their situation. And if they do something, Europe and America will starve. How you like that? They're telling you that the people can do something. And if they do something, how they will starve.
Yep.
But the leaders in Africa didn't do anything. And the people didn't stand up. So they're facing the effects of it right now. Yes, Africa is facing the effects right now with complete poverty. Uncle, while the video was playing, an African man and a white woman was in tears listening how these people planning and thinking of non-white people of the world. Show them. Show them. Convince them it is their fault. It is their fault they're poor. Joshua, you hearing?
Yes.
The man says, show them, convince them. It is their fault they're poor, not our fault. 30 years from now, uncle, they will be saying the same thing about this country's poverty. It's not them make Guyana poor. It's you make yourself poor because you didn't stand up and you didn't say nothing or something. You take everything what President Ali, Jagdev, Norton and Ramjatan allowing ExxonMobil and all the foreigners to do to us in this country. God bless you people. God bless you people. We can't allow Africa to manufacture anything because them gonna get the business. So we have to do everything to stop them. Man, when you hear words like this, you know, you just feel like getting into a war with what's going on in this country. We can't allow Africa to manufacture anything because them gonna get business. So we have to do everything to stop them. Wow. Them must come and take your raw materials and manufacture everything. And you who own the raw materials have to buy back their products. They manufacture out of your own products. Yes, uncle and auntie. You have to buy back the gasoline, the diesel, the kerosene from your raw oil, your crude oil. You got to buy back the pine wood and the plywood are you making your house with from Guyana timber. We have to buy back manganese for filter GWI water. Yes, for you don't drink stink water from our raw manganese. We got to import cement, steel, and other building materials that we raw bauxite produce for the world. Yes, we got to turn back and buy it. Guyana and Africa can't take we raw material and do these things. The man said everybody sucking out everything from Africa and developing their countries. Where is Africa? 3/4 billion people. Billion people, not million. Guyana barely got 3/4 million. 3/4 billion people can barely eat a meal when the day come in Africa. Them currency got no value. That's where they left Africa. The man said after freedom from slavery, we need to keep the country the same way they were. You know how they do that, uncle? Buying out the African leaders. Yes. Stitch up the mouth and the behind with a few American dollars and a few Canadian and American passports. And the leaders in turn give away the whole Africa. Anything resemble Guyana here, Joshua? Uncle, anything resemble Guyana? The white man said they give them aid for keep the repressive governments in power. Yes. The aid they give is a form of bribery. They give your country $2 million for buy COVID medicine. Yes. And then they thief out 3/4 in the contract. Them give your conference hall and call that aid to your country. What a world we live in. What a world. But I love today's technology, Uncle. And I'm so happy I can be part of it. To learn and to see how and why third world countries have never developed or moved up the ladder. The few that made it had kind, loving and caring leaders, honest leaders, decent leaders like Singapore and Malaysia and so many others. Guyana will become the Dubai very soon because we have that kind of decent, honest and smart leaders here. Where is it, Joshua? You know, that thing touched me so much. That thing touched me so much. You know, could we play it back?
Yes, we can.
Hopefully, Uncle, you guys can catch something you missed out on, man. Let's play it back.
Sub-Saharan Africa has been fundamental to the global prosperity of the advanced countries. And Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow Sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep Sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. It is not China, it's always the sector to be dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does I assure you, living standards of all those in Europe are doing. Okay? And to show them, it's your fault that you're poor. It's not our fault. It's your fault that you're poor. You know? So this is what we do in academic institutions. We know the basic forces that have caused this underdevelopment. We know it's colonization. We cannot afford to allow Africa to industrialize and start producing manufactures. Okay, so we will do everything to stop that. And I'm going to show you how we actually block that. We had East Asian rapid industrialization processes. So in the earlier period, we had Japan and Korea and Taiwan. Okay, rapid growth, sucking in raw materials from Africa, driving up the prices. And after those countries finished industrialization, then Sub-Saharan African growth rate again fell. Sub-Saharan Africa is condemned to this role, just the supplier of raw materials, not a manufacturer. The currencies are collapsing of these countries, and many of them are Sub-Saharan African countries. After colonization ended, we needed new structures to keep these countries where they were. Okay? And the first of those is aid. Okay? We give them aid. Aid for what? Actually, we give them aid to keep repressive regimes in power. That's all. All the hypocrisy about transparency and democracy and bullshit like that, it's all bullshit. But it would go to country after country offering loans. And if the president did not accept the loan, they were killed. It's just economics. It's economic warfare. The rich declare war on the poor. It happens everywhere. It happens in a country. The rich control the government. Of course they do. You really believe you have democracy? Come on. Grow up. Who has all the subsidies and income support? US, Europe. The largest budgets in the world for supporting their farmers are Europe and US. You see, we're keeping them dependent. We're keeping them on a string. This next round of the WTO is designed to block that. To block anyone else on top of the ladder.
Them well is you that you are poor. Oh my, you responsible for your poverty. Man, I think every household in this country should make that video into a mantra. I'll make a TikTok on it. And I'll try my best to play it on a daily basis on this radio to enlighten, inform, and educate the Guyanese people. How these people think, the plan they have, they had and still have for non-white countries like Guyana. You think they can do that in the white man country? You think they can think and plan like that for places like Norway? No. But where brown, black, and purple people live, like Guyana, they can come and do us and give us anything. Yeah. Haven't you seen what they began to do to us in this land already? Guyana have ExxonMobil spending tens of billions in American dollars out there in the oil sector. And Guyana has no say. The leaders we have here is not even doing anything. What a third standard child would do. Verify and check these billions Exxon said is spending. Oh boy. Oh. Instead, Jagdev saying he's disappointed that he couldn't find people to do audit. To audit the Lisa 1 and 2 bills. He brought in a company to do a sham check on it the other day. Let us wait and see if he will release the report of this sham audit. The Payara is 9 billion American dollars, 3-year Guyana budget. And the Yellowtail, $10 billion. Now another 3 plus Guyana budget. It is yet to be checked, verified, or audit. Let's wait and see their next move. What a white man said, they will do everything to keep who? Joshua? Africa where it is. Yes, they will do everything to keep Africa where it is. Impoverished. They have begun doing that same thing. Everything to keep Guyana where it is. Impoverished. Yeah. What else do I need to do? What else do Glenn Lall need to say? How much more Glenn Lall have to show you people to prevent what happened to Africa to not happen in our beautiful country called Guyana? May I ask? With that I say namaste, guys. God bless you. And thanks for listening. I'll take a few calls in which at the end of it I have 2 more tapes I want you guys to listen to.